So I don't know how that generalization would be made. I wish we had more time, Kathleen, but you have to go to your lunch or end your lunch break, and I got to take a break myself. 1-8-PRAGER 776-877-243 777-6. You agree with my description of the university as a leftist seminary. Back in a moment on the Dennis Prager Show, Ultimate Issues Hour.
It's Dennis Prager on Hawaii's new choice for intelligent talk. AM 690 KHNR. Portions of this hour of the Dennis Prager Show are brought to you by Prager University.
Hi, everybody. Dennis Prager here, the Ultimate Issues Hour, and it's a real ultimate issue. And one that, I may be wrong. It's a lifetime of thought invested in this, but I may be wrong. I admit that. But if I am right, it clarifies so much of life. And I'm quite convinced I'm right, not because I'm me, but because I see no other way of understanding this. I think that people, in fact, who are honest and who have left-wing views would agree with me that the left is an alternative to Judaism, Christianity, Islam, and stands in its own right as a passionately held belief system or value system. If belief means theology, we don't have a left-wing theology. We have left-wing values, and that is the reason for the rift in the United States. The left-right rift is the big rift. There's no religious rift in the United States. Christians and Jews aren't at each other's necks. Christians and Jews aren't at the necks of Muslims. There's no rift with Muslims in the United States. The rift in the United States is left-right. And that is because American values are very different from left-wing values. And so that is the battle, and Nancy Pelosi holds her left-wing values as strongly, as I said, as Pope Benedict holds his Catholic values. It's not an insult. In fact, it takes Nancy Pelosi seriously. That's the irony here. It's not only not an insult, it's a form of respect, if you will. I honor the fact that you hold left-wing views as strongly as I hold Judeo-Christian values. But it's denying it is a farce. To deny that is what most universities wish to make of their students is to deny 2 and 2 is 4. There are Christian seminaries, Jewish seminaries, and left-wing seminaries. The left-wing seminary is called Berkeley or Stanford or UCLA or Northwestern. All right, let's go to some more of your calls. Colorado Springs, Colorado, and John. Hello, John. Dennis Prager.
Hello, Mr. Prager. It's a pleasure to finally get to talk to you.
Thank you.
There are a million things I could say on the subject. First of all, I want to tell you that you're right in your thesis, although I'm sort of surprised that you bring it up without mentioning, I think, the necessary corollary to that, which is that conservatism is also as much of an alternate religion, every bit as much as liberalism.
Well, the only reason I didn't say that is I said over and over, American values absolutely is. I agree with that. American values, which is another form of the term conservatism, yes, I agree. And I hold American values as strongly as Pelosi holds left-wing values. I agree.
I see, but you necessarily equate American values with conservatism. I understand that that's your belief, but I think that...
Well, anybody... Wait. Let me just say this, John. Anybody who holds that expanding the state as much as we have is a traditional American value is, and I almost never use this word, is lying.
Right.
They are not merely wrong, they're lying. Go ahead.
Right. Well, I understand what you're saying, but this sort of brings me to the point I would like to raise. I want to tell you, I don't consider myself a leftist, or I don't consider myself a liberal or conservative. I consider myself to be a centrist, maybe one of the few. Just to give you a little bit of background on myself, I happen to be a 23-year-old, half African-American, half white Republican who voted for Barack Obama because even though I supported Obama, I wasn't necessarily supporting universal health care. But I was supporting the notion that there's a possibility that this country can come together at some point of common ground. I think that's really why America voted for Obama. And
wait, because of his views or because of his being black?
No, not because of his being black.
Oh, because it makes sense if it's being black. It doesn't make any sense because of his views. Why would you think his views would bring America together? The man didn't have a single moderate view.
Well, it's the notion that there's some sort of fundamental values that right and left can come together.
Yeah, but he didn't share. But he didn't hold any of them. Back in a moment.
There's a spring in my step, but a heavy heart. Appointments and deadlines sprout up like weeds. Can't tell what I want from what I need. Find a place in my head that's less wrong than right. No more living at the speed of light. Living at the speed of light.
Dennis Prager here, Ultimate Issues Hour. And a life-changing one this particular hour can be if you agree with me. If you don't agree with me, I'd love to hear your argument. I've devoted a lifetime to working this through, and I just can't see any argument against it. The left is a passionately held conviction/religion, just as Islam, Judaism, Christianity. It is a value system that its adherents live by, for, devote their lives to, hold in the same, with the same degree of conviction as religious people or members of other religions will hold theirs. And so it's the left needs to be understood that way. That's why when I have kept saying this notion that the Democrats may lose Congress or one House or even just many seats, and therefore not to go through with this vast expansion of the government is absurd. It's just absurd. These are true believers. Expansion of government is as important to the left as protecting an unborn baby's right to life is to pro-life people. Okay? Can I be more clear? It is as important to Nancy Pelosi to expand the government as it is to any person listening who is pro-life to protect the life of the unborn. Every bit as important. Clear? That's a religion, folks. Now, John in Colorado Springs, I'm just curious. You said that you voted, you're a centrist, you voted for Barack Obama, you thought he'd bring people together. I was a little incredulous since I understood it on racial grounds, but I don't understand it on political grounds. What position did he take that you found would bind left and right?
Well, first of all...
no, not first of all. We don't have a lot of time. Just tell me the answer to that, because a lot of people are curious.
No. You're absolutely right. His policies are left-wing. What I was hoping is that he would be able to open up a clear channel of dialogue between the two sides of the political spectrum, because I'm worried that this country is drifting so far apart on both sides that it will never be reconciled. Now, if your thesis is true, what happens in the future? That was my initial question.
Okay, that's a very fair question. The answer is one will prevail. We are in a civil war. That's what I have been saying. Thank God nonviolent, and I pray it remains nonviolent, and I think it will remain nonviolent.